Sir Wipes-A-Lot, also known as the Floating Napkin, presents Dawn of the Zeds, 2nd edition. Okay, enough of that nonsense. The napkin is hilarious, by the way. I just love it. So yeah, here's Dawn of the Zeds, 2nd edition. I finally got to play with my new copy. I should have had it like a week ago, but I missed the email, so I was a bit delayed there. But here we are, and let's just take a quick look at the components and what's new in this edition. Now, I didn't play the 1st edition, so I don't actually know the quality of the components, but I have looked at some pictures and videos online, and it wasn't the best quality. But I think this edition actually is really well produced. So just let's take a quick look at the tokens and counters that come with this edition. They are fairly thick. I really like this quality. It feels a bit wooden, but I think it's cardboard still. They have changed some of the components, like for instance the chaos markers are now triangular and look a bit better, and they have updated some of the other components. Also the barricades now come with little stands, little cutesy stands that you can put them on your map. It fell off. The absolute newest addition are these Super Zeds, and these guys are, yeah, I just dropped one of them, but they are really dangerous. Actually, when I first started playing the game, I thought that these would go in the zombie cup, so you could draw them in the normal during normal gameplay, but actually that's not the case. They come in with special events, and they are really dangerous. But like I said, the components are of great quality. I think this is some fairly thick, fairly durable cardboard stock. So yeah, I don't know what the components looked in the 1st edition, like I said, so I don't know how to compare these. But I do like these guys. Okay, so the next thing to look at is the manual, and I really like this manual. It's good quality. It's easy to hold. It's easy to flip the pages. Easy to read. Good font. Good I don't know. Good size on the font. It's not too small. Fairly illustrated. With color and everything, and good examples, and you also have these boxes here and there that kind of condense the rules of the page, so you can quickly look something up. It is in this reference type of the rules are in this reference type of ordering, so it could be somewhat difficult to find what you need, but they do have a table of contents at the beginning, so you can actually go to the page where you might suspect that the rule is, so you don't have to look through or flip through the entire manual to find it. They begin the manual by outlining the components, and then you have the scenarios, and after that the rules start to pile up. The manual itself is 32 pages, so there are quite a few rules to this game. It looks really simple, but it's quite a complicated game. I really think that this is worse than Mage Knight. I actually had a lot easier time to comprehend Mage Knight than I had this game. It took me quite a while to get going, and they also recognize this, so with the game you get this training quick play kind of manual, which is just a 3-4 pages of quickly starting a game, and it only uses like 20 event cards, so it's a fairly quick game just to make you acquainted with the game itself. And I really recommend that if someone wants to start playing this game, that they begin with doing this and not reading the rules. They say here in the intro, don't read the rules, play this training scenario first. And it's a fairly easy scenario based on the 1st edition map. The map itself comes in 2 different editions, 1st edition and 2nd edition, as we will be taking a look at next. But I really like this. I really like that they have this kind of quick play type of thing where you get to see the game in action and see what it's all about. Okay, so the next thing to look at is the map, and not only does it come with 2 sides, it comes with 2 editions. You get this thick paper map that you can use, which is probably better stock or better quality than the original map itself, and you also get the cardboard normal board game type of map, and these are double-sided, so you have the 2nd edition side, and here you have the 1st and training edition side of the map. Sorry about the glare with the light coming from the right here. It's the best way I can set up my gaming table, but I don't actually know. I think I prefer this paper map, to be honest. There was some sort of warping issue with my board here, so you can't really see it. Well, maybe if I zoom in, let's see. The map is actually divided into 3 sections. You have kind of a U-shaped section here and another one on the other side, and then the centerpiece. I don't know why they did this. I don't understand why they couldn't have just made a board like this one. It just folds and you open it up and it's done. But they opted to do this. I don't know if this is cheaper or whatever, but I think I prefer playing on the paper map, to be perfectly honest with you. It's much easier to move counters around, you don't snag on any edges and such, but that's up to you. The map itself, I think I prefer the 1st edition actually. This is fairly detailed and fairly cramped. Even though the 1st edition was also cramped, you actually could see the different spaces. This is especially the 2nd edition map. Now, look at this. This is just, what is this? I mean, if you're not familiar with this, you will be overwhelmed with all these small areas, the numbers and the different symbols and such. So yeah, I don't actually know. I think I prefer the 1st map, but this map is functional. Once you learn what to do with it, it's fairly decent, you know. You can still get around on it. So a quick look at the cards themselves. They are of a fairly cheap stock, but I don't know, I still kind of like them. They are fairly flexible and they fit very well in this Ultra Pro budget sleeve. They have changed a few things on the cards themselves. Instead of saying mountain track like it did in the 1st edition, they actually have a symbol for the mountain track, and you can see on the, let's see if we can zoom in on the game board, there is a symbol like here for the mountain track. It's a hiker or some sort. Yeah, it looks like a hiker, and they have different symbols for the different tracks. So yeah, the cards are, I think they are of better quality than the 1st edition, and even though they still feel cheap and, you know, it doesn't feel like the best quality, I think they are functional, they're fine. You know, it's not the most important part of the game. Okay, so next up we have the player aid and the other sheet, which you record the infection level, supplies, ammo and such on. And these are, I mean, it's not the best quality, but I still like it. I still think that this is functional. It should hold you for many plays. They are kind of reinforced, and I also like the way they made this. It's really easy to read. You have the outbreak procedure, you have the sequence of play, you have different movements, attacks, foraging, forage table. So basically you have everything you need on this one sheet of paper, which is great because you do not have to look up a whole lot of rules, more rule clarifications and extreme cases. If you know how to read this, it takes a while to get used to this type of sheet, but if you know how to read this, this is simply amazing. You would not have to use the manual all that often. You also have the different hits for the units and such. I think they call it "Are They Dead Yet?" Yeah. And I don't know, overall I think this player aid is probably one of the best I've seen. I really like it. This really helps out during gameplay, especially during the first couple of times you play through the game, when you don't actually know what you are supposed to do, or what different actions, what stuff they require, and how much you need to pay for different actions, how much movement points you have for the different units and such. So I really like this player aid. This is probably my favorite part of this entire game, or the components. They also moved the hand-to-hand and gun combats on to the track where you record your infection level and such. So it's really easy to look that up as well. You don't have to flip through a manual, you don't have to have an extra player aid on the side. So this is all condensed into two kind of player aids, which you can have next to your map, and it's an easy, quick reference to whenever you need to look something up. Okay, so a quick look at the newest and the most prominent addition to the second edition release of this game, and that is the tunnel track down here. This is a completely new track that's added to the map, so the map is now bigger. It's also a bit longer than the other tracks, and this is the hideout of another edition, and that is this crazy, let's see if we can get the camera to focus, is this crazy Dr. Mortiz. I think it's Mortiz. Anyway, this is his kind of his area, his hideout. He has his office down here, and he is doing some kind of experimentation on the different Zeds and zombies, and he has come up with 5 different kind of super Zeds that we will be taking a look at shortly. First, let's just take a quick look at the track here. Like I said, it's a bit longer than the other tracks, and it also has these special areas called catacombs, and these are the number 3 and number 5 area of the tunnel track. And basically it's kind of like a maze, and the units that are trying to leave these areas have to roll a die and see if they can move normally, if they kind of get lost and remain in the area itself, or if they really get lost, and then they can end up anywhere on the track between 6 and 1. You roll a die and see where they end up. For instance, if you get lost in the number 5 track, or on the number 5 space of the track, and you roll a 5, then you are eliminated. So if you roll the same number as the place that you are at, you are immediately eliminated. And there are some units that can bypass this. The other new addition, which are these security guards, they are called, let's see if we can, they are called Green Diamond Security Guards. This is a new type of civilian/military unit that's added just for this track, because this track is extremely dangerous, and there are 2 of them. One of them starts at the town center basement, and the other one starts at the security guard post. These 2 units are activated immediately from the get-go, so you can move them around freely. The reason that there are 2, like I said, is because this is a fairly dangerous track that spawns super Zeds, and the normal Zeds can also get lost in the catacombs. So you can actually have a massive buildup of Zeds in here, and they have, I should have talked about this immediately when I showed them in the first place. They have this green diamond icon on their counter, which means that they know their way around the track, so they can move freely. They don't get stuck in the catacombs. They cannot get lost. They know their way around. And some heroes and I think some other units, or maybe it's just heroes, also have this icon, so they are also free to move around on this track. For instance here, Professor AG, she also has this diamond track, so she can freely move around down in the catacombs without getting lost. While other heroes like, for instance, Captain Piazza, she does not, or Plaza, I don't know what that's supposed to be, Plaza maybe, she does not have this icon, so she's not free to move around down there. She can actually get lost in the catacombs and can actually kill herself, or yeah, basically kill herself down there. So it's a fairly dangerous track. And the way that Dr. Mortus enters play is through an event, and you actually shuffle this this event. I think it's like 10 or 15 spaces into the event deck, so he has a chance of appearing between the 10th or 20th event card, and then he will be added somewhere on the track, and he will bring one of his Super Zeds with him. Okay, so look at the new Super Zeds that are added in this edition. Here we have Dr. Mortus. And when he spawns, when he enters with his event card, he will actually spawn with this Super Z, which are the Ravagers. And these guys are really weak, as you can see by the 1 here. But if they get hurt, they get stronger. So the more damage you have on them, the more chance there is for them to actually get stronger. So you should probably try to kill them in one go, or wound them down to 2 hits and then do the other 4 before they get to flip. These are not really that dangerous, to be honest. The other Super Zeds are much more deadly than the Ravagers. Next up we have the Leapers, and these guys are fast, so that means that they will move 2 spaces every time they move, and they will not only move those 2 spaces, but they will actually jump. So they can jump over units, they can jump over your civilians or over villages and such, and land behind them. And if you let these guys roam freely, they will quickly get to the town center. So you really have to keep an eye out for these Leapers. When they are wounded, they go down to a strength of 2, so they are not that difficult to deal with, but they do move around quite fast around the map. Next up we have my favorite new addition, and these are the woodland critters from South Park, apparently. They are the Zeds, a bunch of crazy animals that are coming to get you. The special rules for these guys is, I think they are fast as well, and they actually increase, for every hand-to-hand combat with them, you actually increase the infection level by 2. And these Zeds can actually kill normal Z units. So if they move into a space with a normal Z unit, they could infect and kill the other Z units. So these are pretty fun little critters, but they are extremely dangerous as well, so don't take them lightly. I have to check up on the rules. I haven't seen these guys. I've only seen them once, so I'm not quite sure what they do, but I know that they are kind of deadly versus other Zeds, and they increase your infection level by 2 instead of the normal 1. Then we have the 2 really deadly units, and these are the Berserkers. I actually think well, I'm not sure if the Zeds are fast, but I know that these guys are fast. So these guys move 2 spaces every time they move, and if they win a combat and there are enemy units next to them, they will move on and fight again. So these guys can really wreck through your defenses if you're not careful. When they are wounded, they go down to 4, so they are still quite deadly even after you manage to wound them. And the worst one of them all, I hate these guys, I really do, I really hate these guys. These are the Dread Zeds. As you can see, they have strength of 10. Not only that, these Zeds are tough. which means that they have, I don't know, I think it's Sheriff Hunt, he has that ability. So every time they would receive a hit, on a roll of 4, 5 or 6, they ignore that hit. Last time I faced these guys, I shot at them 5 times with Captain Plaza, so wasting 5 ammo, and I also had 2 hand-to-hand fights with them, and I finally managed to flip them over because they were ignoring hits left and right. So I finally managed to flip them over to their weak side. This is not really weak, but okay, to their weak side. And immediately the turn after, I draw an event that says flip all Zeds to their strong side. And I was just about ready to give up. I had wasted like 3 turns and a bunch of ammo, and I basically did nothing. So these guys are super deadly. You really need to deal with these guys as soon as possible, and preferably from a distance, because they are extremely strong in hand-to-hand combat. Okay, so that was just a fast, quick look at the new addition of the Super Zeds to the second edition. And like I said, I made the mistake of thinking that these should go down into the normal Zombie Cup or the Zeds Cup, and I drew these during normal gameplay, and the game was extremely hard. I think I lost after like 15 event cards, and there are about 48 event cards in the classic Nightmare edition. So yeah, be careful with these guys. As soon as you see them, try to deal with them, because they will become a problem, especially the Dread Zeds and the Berserkers. They are extremely deadly and should not be left unchecked for too long.